Welcome to Tiny Barn Conversion UK, my journey converting a 175-year-old barn nestled in the mountains of North Wales into a beautiful annex. Expect a mix of time lapses, design tips, renovation struggles and plenty of scenic views. Whether you're here for inspiration, practical tips or just love a good before and after, you're in the right place. To follow our barn conversion progress, ensure you subscribe to the channel. It's time to insulate the floor. So I'm going to insulate the concrete slab now with 100 mils of PIR insulation, this stuff. Then on top of that, then I've got my underfloor heating and then 50 mil of Screed to finish the floor level. So the first thing I need to do here is have a good sweep up, get rid of any debris that's on the floor, and then we can start laying the 100 mils of insulation. It's been a little while since I've had a look behind the damp-proof membrane that I put down just before the slab. I'm really happy with how dry it is back there. I don't know if you can make it out, but because I put that tanking slurry in first and then the membrane, it looks super dry and I've had some serious rain, so really happy with that. I began laying the 100 mil insulation sheets in the back corner. So as with most jobs on this tiny barn conversion, not quite as straightforward as if I was in a new build. So what we've got is a couple of rocks that are jutting out, and obviously every inch in this tiny barn counts. What I've decided to do is pick the straight line here, and I can get quite close up to the edge there, and it's quite a straight line. And then at this end, what I'm going to have to do is work out where the little rises are, where the rocks are, and just cut bits out so I can get as close to this wall as possible. I cut holes for the pipes using a combination of my hole saw and jab saw. This is a clip of the easiest board of the lot. In a new build, I'm guessing every board is a little bit like this, not in the tiny barn. So I've placed all of the 100 mil insulation down, and I've had to cut little bits out. It's been less than straightforward, but as is the nature of this beast, this is where the underpinning actually protrudes into the room. So I've got a bit of a shelf that I've had to cut out for there. I've placed it all down, it all fits together. So now I'm just lifting up each one, putting down some of this, which is plasterboard adhesive, onto the ground, sticking it all down, so there's no rocking in the boards. If there was rocking in the boards, then potentially there's going to be areas of weakness when the screed goes down. So I finish putting the boards down, then I'll get on putting the visqueen down, ready for the underfloor heating tomorrow. All on my knee. Despite ruining my pair of trousers, time was ticking on the expanding foam, so I had to work quickly to get the next board down. So I'm just using these bottles of water just for some weight. So I'm gluing each one down. I've pre-cut them all, make sure they all fit, and then going back, because the ground's ever so slightly uneven, I don't want any flex in these once the screed goes down. So for that reason, I'm gluing. The floor insulation is down 100 mils all around. I've just got to do that a little bit at the front there. As with every single job, there's obviously no straight lines. It's uneven in parts where some of the underpinning sticks out, so I've had to chop bits away. I think I only put one full sheet down that I didn't have to alter this one. Yeah, it's been interesting, but it's down and it already feels warmer in here, which is incredible. The last piece of floor insulation. God, that's satisfying. So the 100 mil of PIR insulation is down. It's all stuck down with the plasterboard adhesive. I've swept up around and now I'm just going to lay down this grid. This is called laminon. And it's an underfloor heating specific membrane that you can use instead of using a visqueen or something similar. It's a little bit more workable, it's easier to fold. I found it quite difficult with the first membrane I put in underneath the slab, but it seems to be good. It's also got these lines on, which I think are going to help when it comes to putting the pipes themselves. And it also gives us lines to look at when we mark out where the stud walls and everything else is going to go. We can use them as well. So I'll quickly just lay this down, take them together, and then good to go.
I laid the laminon down in strips, then used gaffer tape to attach the strips together.
It's underfloor heating install day on the tiny barn conversion. I've got our plumber Dan coming round to give me a hand with this, just to be sure that I'm doing exactly the right thing. A little bit of time pressure this morning because we've got Dan coming round to install the pipes, and then straight away after that, hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got the Screed arriving. So a little bit of pressure, time's ticking. So I put down the laminon flooring, which goes down before the underfloor heating. The idea with the underfloor heating is we're just going to lay out a series of pipes. We've marked out where all the stud walls are going to go. So obviously there aren't going to be pipes underneath the stud walls. There also aren't going to be pipes underneath where we've got some units in that corner there. So we've got all those marked out. Also where the doorway to the bathroom is going to be, because obviously the pipes need to go through there, so the pipes are not under the place at which I'm going to screw down some stud walls. So Dan's on his way. I've just got to do some tidying up, just do some last minute plumbing of the waste pipes, and then we're going to start underfloor heating. So I'm just marking out my waste pipes for the shower over there and the sink just behind me. They're going to feed into the main soil pipe just here. So I've got myself a little strap-on boss there, and I've marked out exactly where the shower trap's going to be and exactly where the sink's going to be. And I'm going to have to cut down into the insulation up to, I need about a 50 millimeter fall from there to here, from the shower to where it enters the soil pipe. So I'm going to have to measure down. I'm going to cut down into the insulation and actually make sure there's plenty of wiggle room there, just in case there are any slight changes in exactly where the shower's going to go. The one for the tap I'm not too concerned about because that's more movable, but the waste trap obviously is not going to move. It has to be fixed, so I've had to measure that really carefully. So I'm going to cut it out with a jigsaw and then dig some foam out and then sink the pipes in.
This was a monumental faff, but I couldn't think of another way of doing it. I also needed to ensure the correct fall from the trap to the boss, which added a whole different level of faff too. I then remembered I owned a multi-tool, which made things quicker. Time was against me here. Dan the plumber and his dad then arrived and gave me a hand, part frustration, part necessity, but mostly because he's a nice bloke. We also fitted this skirt around the edge of the room to prevent screed linking down the side. The yellow foam bit also helps with the expansion and contraction. Once the skirt was fitted, Dan then laid out and stapled the underfloor heating pipes on top of the laminon.
Here is all of the underfloor piping all laid out. And this is where the studs are going to go for the bathroom. And then we've got a gap over in this corner as well for where the units are going. The kitchenette, really happy with it all. So around the outside, what we've got is a 25mm Kingspan upstand, and that's to prevent cold bridging between the slab and the cold wall outside. And then we've got this foam layer that Dan installed for the underfloor heating, which is an expansion strip. So as the slab expands, contracts, then that'll take that up there, and then it's got this little fancy skirt as well. I'm guessing then the screed goes on top of that. So that's the build-up. I'm super excited today. It is Screed day. We've got a chap called Darren who's coming round with the Screed. He's pumping it in over the underfloor heating pipes that we installed a couple of days ago. And the whole room will be transformed, and then that is effectively finished floor. And then on top of that, it's just the flooring to go. So we've come a long way from the mud pit, and yeah, we're here ready for the Screed to go down, and I just can't wait. It's time to fill this with Screed. So here we are, the Screed. Here's the pipe running in. This is where we're going to fill. Exciting times. Here we go.
Once Darren had finished, I left the Screed to go off for 2 days before plucking up the courage to walk on it. So it's been 2 days since the Screed went down, and I'm absolutely thrilled with how it looks. It's a nice smooth finish. We're finally up to floor normal level height, which is totally exciting. Down here, I've just placed down the frame that I put down before, putting the Screed down, and it just shows this space for the bathroom. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it and make sure you subscribe to the channel to get notified when the next video goes live. Thanks for watching.